Fly United, never spirited. Only restaurant is gonna be Michelin.
What?
I mean Michelin, traveling on dividends. She said that I'm bald like a 90s symbol is. I'm getting paid, talking rap on the internet. Yeah, my name green, but I ain't crab, I be generous. LA to Virginia, I just sold my latest song. Japanese denim, flying straight from Manopon. Rolling out to Durban, Marvel pudding with some prawns. Then I fly out to Miami and I'm eating like a don. I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed a flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's $1 multipass. I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed a flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's a bither.
Ibiza. Yeah, it's pronounced Ibiza, actually. Yeah. What's the difference, man?
Ibiza, Ibiza, you won't see me in neither. Invited to the function, I don't go, I got amnesia. I'd rather be in Vegas at the Caesars. My winter out in Josie, not in Bali, cause it's cheaper.
Switch it up.
From Africa, home of the diaspora. More than the trip around the globe, we the settler. Travel like LeBron, I'm a traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, then landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany, then bought in Japan. See these reps take me everywhere, I go where I can. That's the multi-pass, homie, I ain't bumping that, Brody. In New York, posted up like some Timberlands, homie. So I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed a flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's a bither. I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed a flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's a bither. Oh, you stay with it. In the same city. I done been around this world, you can't think with me. Oh, you a wannabe, I'm what they wanna be. A well-adjusted free thinker, that's autonomy. That means I make my own decisions, boy, what do you do? I could spend a week or two out in Honolulu. And I ain't got $1 billion, but I got a screw loose to the people that see the world just like the news do. While you stunting on the block, you can invest that money, get funded by some stocks. I'd rather make a punchline than punch into a clock. Life is hard, but you won't change it just wishing on a star. Cause you can miss this like you in the dark. This beat is intimate, so you can really feel my heart. System built for us to fail, but somehow we all prevail. By the time I was 17, man, I thought I'd be in jail. Cause we moved out to the burbs and still get cuffed up in a cell. Most are blind to this world, but this world, I see it well.
Kilo Ali flow. Look, from the east side on a Friday night, met a bunch of to the Golden Glide. The lows and highs, me and all the bros in the stolen ride like, man, they outside, so I'm staying inside. Show you and I vibe, take a few, like Tupac. I seen a bunch of mean guys in a bandana tie, throwing up the west side, giving side eyes. Ain't nobody that I really recognize, I ain't surprised to ride the killer vibe. Probably be the reason you die, trying to feel alive, but I'm incentivized by in the thighs, gripping on it like I'm picking the prize. They hit the crib where the collide, but really ain't tripping. We can kick it ride through the yeah. Pull up the Moreland, bro. Yeah. What's happening? Oh, that. Outside,
from the zone 4, Campbellton Road. Got cash to blow, hollering at that. Me 90s foreign, got me using my 90s alright. She was choosing in the parking lot. I was looking too, keep my number locked. I make it on the couch at your mama house. Ride around, bubble loud with the window down. Some of y'all done lost y'all mind. Baby, let me see you pop that spine. I can see from the front and I knew at once I was gonna have to walk back by. From the spots, but I be on Old Neck. But I pull up on my cousin on Rainbow Drive. Whip clean, let the paint don't dry. Where you from? Claim your sorry.
What's happening? Southside, Clayco, you know what's up. Oh, damn, I don't even come up this far. Hit Cat Cade on the Sunday, say a parking lot prayer, no. I just wanna kick back, relax, shout it in the Monday. Take the lap, I bring you right back to your friends before they start tripping. As I see the from the glide with the golden teeth. I don't even know if they notice me. They don't even know that we way too deep. I'm from the
The NFL playoffs are on EA Sports, and we've got a packed house here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Today, it's the second of 3 games here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. We'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings, 60, 19 Lions. Mustang 19. 70 Rangers, 60 Bobcats, 60.
Operating from the gun, Jacobs. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brian. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Operating from the gun, Jacobs. That is caught downfield by Harrison. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Viking, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Panther 11, Panther 11. Trap 60. 7 Pirates. 19 Light, Mustang 19. Go.
Back to throw. Jacobs. And a quick throw here. That's complete. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
18 Rattler.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jacobs to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
looking to put a drive together.
Ready?
And they start with a quick throw complete out to the right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
Ready? Here it's Warriors, 70. 70 Lions.
They'll set up to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The rookie from Nebraska looking sharp on that one. First down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Ready? 60.
Now a handoff up the middle. Wagner. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down.
First and 10.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through the entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Panther 11. 18, Pioneer.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Cards are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
And as we've seen, fans have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away and could cost them a ball game?
To the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 18 yards the gain for number 18. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Check smash. Check smash. Mustang 19. Go. Ready.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Jacobs. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Arizona. 44 yards.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Hey, check that. Street.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
70 range, 70 range.
2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This is taken in by McBride. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Here we go. Set. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Looks like they'll move things around here.
No. Buffalo 18. Dragon.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
That was the kind of play that this defense needed, because it has not been a good half for them on that side of the football. Maybe they can use that one to regroup a little bit and start to play a little bit better.
They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. They'll look to throw here. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue, because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Hey, smash. Cougar 19. Steady.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Falcons send out their punter, Devin Tompkins, deep to return it. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. There were no 2 plays, and they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. 2nd and 9.
Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. 60 Bobcat, 50. Here we go, here we go. 7 Pirates. Ready.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
18 card, 19 side. Cut 19, cut 19.
Back to throw. Jacobs. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
70.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Cardinals.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down.
And that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about when they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Hawk 70, Hawk 7, 18, Pioneer.
Operating from the gun, Jacobs. He's going to look deep down the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game. With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now back to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ready.
Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the Cardinals' 25-yard line.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Horton. And out of bounds right around the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Got his man, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
19, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Looking to throw. Jacobs. He's going to let it go again. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Mustang 19, 19, Tiger, 19.
A final shot before break. Jacobs. He's going to go up top again. That's caught inside the 20. And mark him down all the way inside the Atlanta 20. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people would think losing equals passing the ball more, but I established the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 63 yards. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw here is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming third down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Back to throw. Jacobs. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be Falcon football.
31-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And the defense closes quickly there. We'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Looking to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Christian Watson, 67 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
13.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the 3rd quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jalen Walker in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And whatever adjustments they made at intermission, they're working because of... And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Down the left sideline. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing blow defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this third quarter, and that was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then in a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good, solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
7, let's go now. Cougar 19. 19 Lions. Check. Ready.
Looking to throw. Jacobs. Now he'll tuck this and run. Well, took a real chance with that one, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic, and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll get the lead down to 5. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So well done there. These punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. One quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
70 Rangers, Hawk 70, Hawk 19, Cut 19, Dragon 60.
Operating from the gun, Jacobs. And man, he hits him in stride. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That is caught. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Come on. Go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They held him in check in the 1st half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the 1st half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Right back to him on 1st down. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
18 Cardinal.
Back to throw. Jacobs. Short one here. Caught by the drive. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up the 3rd down. Here we go. 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Breaks a tackle to the 46-yard line. Stop there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down at 7.
18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals, 19 Tigers, 19 Lions, 79 Broncos. Warriors, 70.
Looking to throw. Jacobs. And a quick throw here. That's complete. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
18, 5 in. Check smash, check smash. Panther 11, Panther 11. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. Mustang 19. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Trey McBride, 29 yards. And the Cardinals have taken a 4th quarter lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3.
The Cardinals will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
76, 66, Buffalo, Panthers, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates, Dragons, 60. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 60 Bobcats, 60.
Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wagner. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
19, 19 Lions.
At the 44-yard line.
79 Broncos, Warriors, 70.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Now they'll shift things around.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Wagner. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
He's back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Ready.
They'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Second down, goal to go.
60 Eagles, 6, go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow, wow. An extra point attempt to follow here. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Next to score, Falcons 28, Cardinals 24.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Mustang, 18, rock, 70 rings, 19 tight, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Throwing to start the drive. Jacobs. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
18, 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. Hey, smash Bronco. Buffalo 18.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Falcons have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The Falcons are moving on. Congrats.